Why is suicide considered selfish, but wanting someone to live on in misery so you don't have to experience sadness is not? I get annoyed that suicide is so strongly associated with sadness. There are a multitude of reasons why people commit suicide, and sadness is not always a factor. For example, I am approximately 40 years old. I spent a good 10 years actively suicidal with multiple attempts. I've been to the ICU after ODing. I've been pulled off bridges. I've been found while setting up the rope. I've tried starving myself. I've quit taking my life-saving meds, etc. You get the point. I was very much determined to end my life. But it had nothing to do with sadness, and it had nothing to do with being selfish. I wanted to die because I firmly believed with every ounce of my being that I was a very bad person and my family, husband and children, would be safer without me. I was utterly convinced I was going to hurt them, and the only logical way to protect them was to kill myself first. Because many people don't understand the reality of severe clinical depression. I'm one of the lucky ones. I found meds that work for me. My roommate hasn't. She's well into the double digits. She's been in therapy. She's made lifestyle change after lifestyle change. Even now, I don't disagree with my old self for trying to kill herself. Life fucking sucked, and there was a really good chance it was never going to get better. If you wouldn't judge a cancer patient for ultimately giving up on treatment and going into hospice, don't judge someone who kills themselves. It's also called cowardly, for some reason. I can only imagine having the balls to actually go through with it. Yeah, seriously. I've been suicidal in the past, and the only reason I didn't do it was because I was scared that I would fuck it up somehow. I have no doubt I would. Staying alive, even if miserable, leaves open the possibility of eventually getting better. Suicide eliminates all future possibilities. I think people see it as selfish because you are leaving everyone else behind. It's a decision you made to end your suffering, but you caused other people suffering by your absence. Also causing them trauma, possibly for the rest of their lives. I've seen people see it as selfish for people who have more to lose. If the person has a wife, husband and children, think it's the quote, suicide doesn't end the pain, it passes it on to someone else. Something along those lines. People see it as the person should have reached out, sought treatment, talked to people, etc. They feel it's the easy way out rather than seeking help or dealing with it. I've tried therapy, medication, and other outlets. Nothing has really helped. I don't have much to live for, honestly. A lot of horrible things keep happening to FK up my life that are out of my control. I never pictured my life this way. I have my cat, my dad, and a few friends. I just try my best to find things I can live for and make improvements. I can confirm, from personal experience, that being left behind is one of the most gut-wrenchingly horrible experiences to go through. I had one person I was super close to. Never been 10% as close with anyone else. I described her as my platonic music soulmate. Now that she's gone, I really feel like I have nothing. It will be the 1-year anniversary in 33 days. It took me 32 years to find someone like her, to really love her. I think I'll never find anything as intimate as our friendship ever again. I've never been so crushed. I don't think anything else could ever come close to hurting me, even close to as much as her suicide did. And yet, I believe she was really suffering. I wouldn't bring her back if I had the choice. Not unless I knew for a fact that her choice was merely or mostly the result of a misguided and impulsive decision made in an emotionally comprising mental state. I imagine the pain she felt was overwhelming. I'd happily live out 10 full lifetimes feeling as shitty as I do now just to make sure that she didn't have to suffer anymore. I don't want her to be dead. I never wanted to be without her. But I hope, this may have been what she really wanted. And if so, she deserves to have that without people like me or other friends or family members expecting something, some kind of favor or beneficent act, on her part. She owes me no such thing. That's just me. Life sucks, but it doesn't suck for her anymore, and I love her. Therefore, rest in peace. I'm not mad at or upset at or disappointed in you. A lot of misunderstanding mental illness. People sometimes equate it with weakness, implying that the person could just power through or get over their misery. Good news is that I think there are a good amount of people who do understand mental illness and don't consider suicide as selfish.